On today's episode,
Legacy Hunter. We are the backbone of America. We are not afraid of getting our hands a little dirty. We work hard for what we have. We are where Scripture takes action. We are average Joes. Your land and our land are the hunting grounds.
The Hunting Grounds is brought to you by Everett Chevrolet of Northwest Arkansas, Bedford Cameron Video, Morrell Targets, Hook, Line, and Sinker Outdoors, and by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back to the Hunting Grounds, and welcome to episode 3 of season 3. Well, it's time to party here on the Hunting Grounds. One cool fact about the Pro Staff team this year is our birthdays all fall within about a week and a half of each other. So this year we decided to get together and celebrate. We're going to start it off with some sand volleyball with the family and friends, and who knows what else is going to happen. Then you get to go along with me as I get to try to make one of my childhood dreams come true. Don't know whose idea it was to play volleyball on one of the hottest days in the summer in the hottest sand in Benton County, Arkansas.
So when it comes to jumping in the sand, it's impossible. I ended up on the ground about every time.
Waste all your money when your buddy gets stuck down home country bumpkin riding on that river. She's got that pretty little thing, she be shaking over my way. We were bumping.
So the sand did get really hot, and to keep people's feet from blistering, called Mom up before she headed up and said, "Mom, bring a garden hose."
I don't know why they gave me the water hose, because when it comes to pranking people,
Get her, Erica. You're so bad.
Every time we try to play a prank on someone.
I know. You ruin it. So don't let Aaron fool you. He might be the worst practical joker ever. You can usually see him coming 10 miles away.
if you ever want to get some competitive people together, just get the Roten family together.
I had no idea sand could get that hot. My feet were burning. You get that? Don't look at my skin. Like it went limp.
Everybody laughed at the garden hose, but it made us the popular kids on the block. Everybody wanted to use it.
Found out diving in sand's pretty fun until hours later when you find sand everywhere. Everywhere.
So the Roden family won, right?
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet, here with just one simple message. If you want a better way to buy a new Chevy, just come see us. You'll love the way we do business. Our customers have said it's the best car buying experience they've ever had, and we work hard to make sure every customer feels that same way. And so does Bo, although you might catch him taking a nap. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-540 at Elm Springs Road.
Hey guys! Hey guys!
View our videos at THG-TV.com. Follow us on Twitter at THG-TV. Like us on Facebook as The Huntin Grounds. Follow us on Instagram at THG-TV.
I'm glad he's laughing. You broke that stick over there. You're supposed to stick at his face.
When it comes to that shot of a lifetime, and archery becomes more than an obsession.
And shooting is more than just a game.
Perfect practice. We'll make perfect shots.
Nobody beats Morel.
Nobody.
So to start off this hunt, I'm in northwest Arkansas on a privately owned piece of property. I've done my homework. I've got a nice 9-point work in this area and a very unique looking 8-point. I'm going to film myself, climb up to the stand, got my old bow in hand, and we're going to see what we can make happen.
I'm out here videotaping myself. It's a lot of work carrying in all this equipment, hunting equipment and the camera equipment, and trying to run all these different cameras. It's proving to be difficult, but I think I'm getting it done. I don't even know what that was. These are probably a good 8 or 10. They just came in all of a sudden. We had 2 deer. The 6-point that we saw the other day while we were hunting out here. And then we had another 8-point that I was wanting to shoot here. This guy came over the hillside. Came up and I didn't even see him, but he was definitely the bigger of the 3. We put a good shot on him. He was about 32 yards out there. I might hit him just a tad bit back. By the way he was quartering away to me, I think it was just perfect. So we're going to give him a little bit and and then we'll go and track him down. It looked like it was a clean pass through. I'm pumped. And I'm out here filming myself, so this was definitely tough. Biggest bow kill. First deer that I've ever like self-filmed the actual kill. So hopefully it turned out pretty good.
There he is. And he's a good looking buck. And of course he had to go down halfway down the hill. Couldn't stay on top. There's no way to get anything down here. I just have to drag him away. Look at that buck. Man, he's a nice buck. So if you ever want to challenge yourself, try to film yourself taking a buck with a bow. It seems like every time you get ready to draw back, that deer's moved enough, you got to move the camera. There's just so many moving parts when you're trying to film your own bow hunt. Well, now it's later in the season. I know I still got that big 9-point working in this area. It's muzzleloading season. The bad thing about this area is it's got a low canopy. I can't like climb up in the stand and actually see a long ways to really reach out there and touch them with the muzzleloader. So I want to build myself a ground blind smack dab where I know they're traveling through, and we'll see what we can make happen.
Alright, we got out of here a little late this morning. The sun wasn't coming up yet, but you could see the horizon. Going through the field down here, I saw 2 decent 8 points chasing the does. We decided to go ahead and back off in the woods. That's where they're spending the majority of their time. I'm sure they're in the field right now, but we're hoping that they'll come this way. The fields aren't, about 300 yards away, so we'll see if they make their way this way.
I knew he'd come back in that area, and he's fixing to leave. I think I got him on film, so I think it'll work out pretty good. I'm super pumped. Well, you couldn't ask for any more of a perfect morning. God's really been blessing the hunting grounds this season. It's been blessing me a lot. This is my second buck this season. I'm tagged out here in Arkansas. This allows me to free up a lot more of my time. I can get more kids out there hunting and get behind the camera a little bit more, which I enjoy just as much. So what a great morning. Thank God for blessing us again here on this phenomenal, he's a big old bruiser 9-point. So, the season's just started and it can only get better.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see the all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado at Everett Chevrolet. The all-new Silverado delivers power, performance, and style with a great new look, a new interior, and more industry-leading features. Take a test drive and discover the difference. The all-new 2014 Silverado. Check it out today at your family-owned, customer-friendly dealer, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-540 at Elm Springs Road.
Okay, good luck, guys. Shoot straight. I've been a guide and an outfitter for most of my life. I developed a scientific product called Nose Jammer. It's not a scent eliminator or a chemical spray. Nose Jammer has concentrated levels of vanillin and other organic compounds found in the woods you hunt. The smell jams the olfactory gland in an animal's nose, so all he smells is his natural environment.
Vincent Productions, proud to be the post-production house of the Huntin Grounds, providing audio, video, web, and design solutions in the Northwest Arkansas area and beyond. Visit us online at vincentprod.com. How do you save a life and find your best friend in one step? Adopt from your local animal shelter. Please donate food, bedding, or financial contribution to help their stay be a little bit better. Like us on Facebook for upcoming events and how you can help.
When it comes to that shot of a lifetime,
And archery becomes more than an obsession. And shooting is more than just a game.
Perfect practice. We'll make perfect shots.
Nobody beats Morel.
Nobody.
Nobody beats Morel.
We're on our way to plant some food plots on a couple different properties we have. We're going to show you guys a couple different scenarios and a couple different habitats that we have to plant food plots in. And our goal is that you guys can relate to one of these plantings and it aids you in planting your food plot this season. Now in this food plot we had a unique situation because last year we planted food plots out in the field towards the edge of this property, but there was just too much human traffic. So the deer weren't comfortable on utilizing that food plot during the daytime or the evening hours, and they mostly used it at night. Now to make this a huntable food plot, we decided to back it up in the woods. That way deer could feel comfortable in coming out during daylight hours and browsing, and maybe as the evening progressed, they could make their way out to the field and feed there. Now it's going to be interesting to see if the deer activity picks up in this food plot now that we've backed it off into the woods instead of being out there in the exposed field. Well, now we're on the Twin Creek 60 piece of property. When we started this property, we encountered a lot of different scenarios that we had to adapt to, because normally we have a lot of wooded food plots, and this food plot was in the wide open. Now when we started this property, it was very overgrown. Some areas were like 10 foot tall, so we came in, brush hogged, and we don't normally like to do it, but we brought in a plow and we plowed up the soil, because instead of competing against all those plants that we had just brush hogged and investing a lot of money and wasting money in spraying the food plot, we got the plow in, ripped up all those roots, brought them out of here, and now we're cultivating. Then we got a seed, drag, and we're gonna let these soybeans start to grow. So the start of gun season here in Arkansas means one thing. It means me and my friends and my family get to go down to White Rock National Forest. We go down there to public land and camp out for about a week, week and a half. And so, let's head down. Now it dawned on Dad while I was down at deer camp that I was only one deer away from hitting my Triple Crown here in Arkansas. Now what is it? It's an incentive program that the Arkansas Game and Fish puts on to promote the harvest of does. You know, normally you can only get 2 bucks in Arkansas, so if you've taken a buck with a muzzleloader and a bow like I have in Arkansas, I'm tagged out on bucks. In order to get my Triple Crown, I've got to harvest a doe with a gun. How hard can that be? I've got 1 day left. I'm packing up deer camp to go home for a day. I've been seeing deer all season, especially does on this piece of property. How hard can it be to find mature doe? Well, I'm pretty sure at this time of year, it seems like every mature doe has dug a hole and buried themselves in it to hide from these bucks. I'm having one heck of a time, but it's one cool hunt.
Alright, so we're down here to tag a doe today. Today's a really special day for me just because we're on the property where I killed my first deer. Just happened to be a doe. I've taken out the gun that I killed that doe with again, and I haven't killed a doe with a gun since then, so it's kind of cool. We're down here in Arkansas. I've tagged out bucks, and so we are trying to get a triple crown. That's kind of my lifelong dream as a kid, was to get a triple crown. I hopped in the tree stand, and I mean, it wasn't 3 minutes after sitting over these Eagle Seed soybeans and this winter wheat food plot. Had a 140 class 8 point, 130, 140 come out with another little buck, and I didn't have a buck tag, but we're gonna wait for a doe. This property is in desperate need of some doe management, so it shouldn't be too hard. We'll just have to see what happens. It's already been an interesting 5 minutes this morning. We'll see what else happens.
Well, it came down to the wire on that doe hunt, and I didn't think I was going to get it done. But that was the first time I ever saw a peak of the rut where bucks were moving all day long. All different bucks were moving through the property that I have never even seen before. But we got it done. I got my first triple crown here in Arkansas, and who knows, in the season to come, there might be round 2.
The Hunting Grounds is brought to you by Everett Chevrolet of Northwest Arkansas, Bedford Cameron Video, Morel Targets, Hook, Line, and Sinker Outdoors, and by these fine sponsors.
So after wearing ourselves out playing volleyball, we're going to head down to the lake, grill out, and have some fun. And there was just something about the way those hot dogs tasted.
Out to the lake, yeah, I'm looking for a keeper with a dang good story to tell. Yeah, it ain't fishing so much, you see. I'm just trying to get a lady, take her home with me. She's an 8, she's a 9, she's really gonna test my reel. I think about country girls so fine. Drinking that down in the woods, better pack your boots. You can see my take a while. I get in the night, I get in the day. I'm going in this corner when I got, I'm trying to get away. No better thing in this.
My father-in-law Rick built this big steel cross. It was an honor to be able to help put it up. It'll stand at our camp for future generations to be reminded of what Christ did for our sins.
Okay, turn it down. Turn it over. Look at it. Turn the one drop. Oh man, I don't even see me with the no my fishing hole. Put a line in the water, gonna watch that bobber go down. Yeah, all she gotta do is give me just one look. Little honey took my back, got her on the hook. Now she's dancing to the beat of a country boys pick up sound. I think about country girls so fine. You gotta get on the boat, catch me dancing off the I get in the night, I get in the day. I like it when they wiggle and they squirm when I got them trying to get away. No better thing in this whole world than fishing for a country, fishing for a country girl. So if you ever want to have a good time, give the THG guys all a lighter, set them out on a pontoon boat with a bunch of explosives and tell them to shoot them up in the air. You never know what's going to happen. Cue the fireworks. Cue the fireworks! Now whether you're not planning through your parties and accounting for the sand being blistering hot, in the middle of summer, or you're trying to make one of your childhood dreams come true, keep your friends and family that love and support you close to you, just as we do here on the hunting grounds. Until next time, go out everywhere, get a youth or a new hunter involved in the outdoors, get outside and enjoy God's great creation, and as always, have a better than average day.
Music provided by Back Road Anthem and by Brian Matthew Ellis.
So when it comes to okay. I always have to do it.
When it comes to dumping in the sand.
And you find it everywhere.
Sick.
Everywhere.
So the sand did get really hot. Ah, crapper dapper.
Just getting the rodent family.
That's a real hard one. One cool fact about our pro, here we go.
Should I word it differently, or is it just how I said it?
Oh, right there.
Every time.
That works.
I don't know. That sound retarded, but that's how I ended up on the ground about it.
Is it this? Can you hear this?
Was that weird?
It worked.
Mom, bring guard hose!